Welcome. In this session I would like to explain to you how to use Windows PowerShell to work with Active Directory groups. Before I start, I need to make sure that you have the following. You need a working Active Directory server with credentials that allow you to access the server. And you will need to have a full understanding on how to work with aliases, variables, loops, operators, the pipeline, the if statement, handling errors, and you need to know how to import the Active Directory model if you don't have it installed on your computer. If you are unsure or you would like to refresh your memory, please view one of my earlier sessions. There are two types of groups in Active Directory. We have the distribution groups and the security groups. You can use the distribution groups to create email distribution lists and the security groups to assign permissions to shared resources. Each group can have a different scope. We have domain local groups. These groups are only visible in their own domain. For that reason, domain local groups can be used to grant rights and permissions only to resources that reside in the same domain where the domain group is located in. We have global groups. The groups are visible throughout the forest, but can only contain accounts and global groups from the same domain. And we have universal groups. The groups are visible throughout the forest and can contain accounts, global groups, and universal groups from any domain in the forest. To retrieve group information from Active Directory, we can use the Get-ADGroup commandlet. We have the same three parameters as we have with the GetUser commandlet: the identity, the filter, and the LDAP filter. To see who is a member of a group, we can do so by using the Get-ADGroupMember commandlet. To do that, we need to specify the commandlet and then the identity of the group that we are looking for. The identity is the SAM account name of that group. We can also look for a user and see which groups he is associated to. We can do that by using the Get-ADUser commandlet and then specifying the member property or member of property. This will give us a list of group DNs that the user is a member of. To add a user to a group, we should use the Add-ADGroupMember commandlet. We need to specify the identity of the group and the members that we would like to add to this group. To create a new group, we need to use the New-ADGroup commandlet. That needs the following properties. It needs the name. If you want the SAM account to be different to the name, you need to specify the SAM account name. Otherwise, it's auto-generated from the name. You need to specify a group category. This is either a distribution group or a security group. You need to specify the group scope. This needs to be domain local, global, or universal. And in addition, you can also specify a display name if you would like that to be different to the normal name. This is an example of how to use the New-ADGroup commandlet. We specify the group name, then we specify the SAM account name, then we specify the group category to be security, the group scope to be universal, and a display name. If we need to delete a group, we can do so by using the Remove-ADGroup commandlet. And the only thing that needs to be specified is the identity of the group that we would like to delete. Okay, let's wrap this up with a couple of examples in PowerShell ISE. Okay, I've opened Windows PowerShell ISE to demonstrate to you how to work with Active Directory groups in Windows PowerShell. The first thing I'd like to do is just to set my error action preferences to silently continue, that we don't get any error messages popping up. Then up next, I'm going to create a user object with my Active Directory user account. And I'm going to create an array of groups that we are going to create. So I've set up a couple of test groups, and I'll create an array of this. Then up next, I am going to use a loop to loop through each item in my array and then do something with that. The first thing that I'll do is I'm just creating another group object from the group that is in that array. Then I am looking if that group actually exists with the if statement. If it exists, it will first of all write that it exists, and it will start adding the user account that I've specified beforehand to that group. If it does not exist, it's going to write that it does not exist in magenta, and it will use the New-ADGroup commandlet with the name of the group, of the array name, and specify the SAM account name with the name to lowercase. If you're using Unix, this is definitely the way to do that, or if you have Unix machines in your system, you should definitely be doing this. Then the group category is security, the group scope we're setting to universal, and the display name we're just setting it back to the group name. After that, I'm using the Add-ADGroup commandlet to add the user account to that group. We are specifying the identity with the group name, and then the user object with its SAM account name to be the member. We could also use another loop if we have more users. Then we would just loop through each of those items, and then we can add multiple accounts to that group. Okay, then I will just run this. And there you go. None of the accounts existed, therefore it actually created them and also added my users to that group. Up next, I am going to remove a user from that group, and I'll do that by using the Remove-ADGroupMember commandlet. I need to specify the group that I'd like to remove it from. Oops, sorry for that. So I'm specifying the group that I'd like to remove it from. I am specifying the member or the user account that I would like to remove, and that is again the SAM account name. And I'm specifying the confirm to be false, that it does not pop up with any confirmation notifications. There we go. I've removed my user account from the group test. Up next, I'm going to remove the groups, and I'll do that by using the Remove-ADGroup commandlet, then just specifying the identity and the group name. And again, I'm just specifying the confirm that it does not pop up with any error messages. And I've wrapped this into a loop that we can remove all at the same time. There we go. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the session, and I'm looking forward to our next one.